Welcome back to Mason Recreation Center in Leominster for the second string of the final match at the May King of the Hill tournament. Coming into this second string, Shawn Parker, the defending King of the Hill, is leading by 12 since he had a 113 in the first string to 101 for Jeff Little, the challenger. So Shawn and look at that shot right there. That was, let's take a look at this. He's got the four horsemen. The head pin goes straight up in the air, comes down, and hits the back of the four pin, which goes into the 2, while the head pin takes out the 7. So that's a pretty unusual way to convert the four horsemen. Anyhow, that's a spare to start the second string. Meanwhile, Jeff Little starts off with a 5 box, which is not what he needed to do, being down 12 coming into the match. Shawn drops 8 on the spare. Good opportunity for another one as he's got the 1-2. See what he can do with this. And he's got it. And that's a good try by Jeff Little for the 3, 5, 6, 10, but just comes in a little too full. Doesn't quite hit the 5 pin, so that's going to be an 8 box. And Jeff has 13 after 2. Shawn Parker with 28 plus a ball, and he's got 6 for 34. So that gives him, let's see, 21. It gives him a 33 pin lead, since he's up by 21 in this string plus the 12 coming in. So Shawn with a pretty comfortable lead at this point. Shawn has the 4, 5, 7, 8 with a piece of wood out front and to the right of the 5 that might make it possible for him to make it. Let's see what he can do with it. Goes a little too far to the left and just gets the 7 pin. And meanwhile, Jeff with a spare. A little sarcastic, self-deprecating gesture there, as he hasn't had a lot of success so far in this match, but he's got a spare there against an open, so that's an opportunity to pick up some pins against Shawn. Let's see what he can do. Shawn with 6 drop, leaving 4 horsemen left. And Jeff with a solid, kind of a high hit in the 1-3 pocket, dropping 8 on the spare, leaving a 4-7 with a plank in front of the 4-7. So he should have a good chance at making another spare. Let's see if Jeff can do it. He's got it. So that's going to tighten it up a little bit more, as Shawn Parker is open again, and he's got a 10 box for 52 through 4. Now moving into the 5th box, Shawn has an 8 drop and leaving a 5-10 with a piece of wood. And Jeff only drops 3 on that spare. He kind of needed a big hit there to cut the lead down. But at this point, it's going to be 8 plus the 12, or it's a 20 pin lead for Shawn Parker. And there is a nice spare for Shawn Parker as he takes out the 5-10. He used that wood perfectly. And Jeff with a good try to convert that 3 drop, but it just didn't quite. 5 pin didn't go for him. And he will take a 9 box. So as they switch lanes, 62. It's Shawn Parker has got a 9 pin lead, plus whatever he gets on his first ball here. Then he drops 6, so it's a 25 pin lead. And you can see Jeff continues to struggle a little bit. He threw a good first ball there, but just punched out 4 and went through the middle on the second ball. So, and Shawn with 9 and Jeff with an 8 box. See what Shawn will do here in the 6th. He's got a 9. So he's got 77 through 6 to 61 for Jeff. So Jeff with a 6 drop again, and the 4 horsemen left. Shawn hits the head pin but leaves a big 5. And Jeff punches the head pin straight back.
We're playing hockey after this.
And a good try by Shawn Parker. He just doesn't quite get up to the 3 pin. That's a 10 box for Jeff Little. Shawn will take a 7. So Shawn Parker has 84 through 7 to 71 for Jeff Little. And Jeff with a 4 drop. And Shawn with a strike. Solid 1-3 pocket hit. And there's a nice spare by Jeff Little. So let's take a look at both of these. First of all, here's the strike by Shawn Parker. As you can see, a pretty good 1-3 pocket hit, and the 5 pin is the last one to go. And then following that, Jeff Little with the spare, converting that 4 drop. But Shawn Parker still has a pretty substantial lead going into the last 2, so there's really not too much doubt that he is going to repeat as King of the Hill and come back next month, June, in Mason's King of the Hill event. The way it works, as I mentioned, is that the reigning King of the Hill comes back next month and automatically is in the final match, where the tournament consists of a 3-string qualifying round followed by a stepladder for the top 4 qualifiers, and then the winner of that stepladder faces the reigning King of the Hill in a 2-string match. And following this string, there's one other little bonus competition here at King of the Hill. The top 3 bowlers take a shot at the 1-7-10 high-low jack, similar to what they used to do on the old Channel 5 Candlepin Bowling Show. So you will see, after this match, you'll see Shawn and Jeff, and also yours truly, since I came in 3rd in the event. We all will take a shot at the high-low jack. I think the jackpot right now is, I want to say $208. It's a little over 200. In any case, in the second string, you can see Shawn Parker with 120 to 103, and he wins 233 to 204 overall. So Shawn will be back next month as returning King of the Hill. And here we go with the 1-7-10, and Shawn hits the head pin a little too solid. That's all he's able to take out. Jeff Little will try it next. For a couple $100 here. Pretty good way to go home if he can do it. Oh, and a nice bid by Jeff Little. Gets the 1-7. And take another look at it as he comes pretty close to converting this, but it just isn't able to get the 10. And finally, yours truly, the 3rd place finisher, with a final chance to win the jackpot before we go home, and we will see you next month back at Mason's for King of the Hill.